Welcome to the Gimmick Infringement podcast. I am Tyler McDowell Blanken, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, the content strategist himself, Brad Winchester. However, today is a very special edition of Gimmick Infringement. Brad, we are joined by a very special guest. They said that Gimmick Infringement wasn't yet big enough to have two light-skinned brothers on the show. Two light-skinned brothers with beards and with black hoodies. But I disagree, because we are so fortunate. Our very special guest today is Matt from That's Freakin Wrestling. Matt, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Even better with that incredible monologue you just gave us. It is all there. Two light-skinned guys. We got the beards rocking. We do have the hoods rocking. And actually, I'm kind of like in Army war mode because of what we're doing on your guys' podcast today. So I do have on all black, and I'm just ready to rock and roll this thing.
You came correct. Matt, you lobbed it up for us. Brad, you want to fill the audience in on why today is so special?
Today we are going to hit up the first ever GI That's Freakin Wrestling fantasy draft. We've never done a fantasy draft on the podcast, and this is something we talked about before. We say it all the time on the pod, where, we would fantasy book this. Who would we love to have to start a company? But we've never actually done it. So today we're going 10 rounds, maybe bonus if we have time. Doubt it, but we are going to go 10 rounds and draft our fantasy company lineup today. I'm so excited for this.
Yeah, me too. Before we get into the rules, Matt, you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself and about That's Freakin Wrestling? Like, tell us not only about the podcast, but kind of how you first developed your passion and your love for wrestling.
Wow. Well, how much time do we have? I know we said we wanted
to. We're going to tight 60 to 75 minutes.
All right, so I'll give you the short version.
Let's go.
Basically, lifelong wrestling fan. I can remember when Hogan slammed Andre. That's like how long I remember wrestling. So that was like really probably my first memory. And I was calling the 900 hotline. That was not pay-per-view back then. It was closed circuit. So you had to go to like a movie theater or something like that. We didn't have access to it at home. But I remember that moment. And that was like my moment of, this is like the coolest thing I can even imagine. So I've been watching wrestling for a very long time. Like I said, basically all my entire life. And then this year, or last year, now that we're in 2023, Happy New Year to everybody who is watching and listening. We started a podcast with Rhodesia and Eshan, so they hold me down every single week on That's Freakin Wrestling. So we started that just a couple months ago, having a ball with it, and then just able to connect with awesome people like you guys on the Gimmick Infringement podcast, and now to be able to do the draft, which you do have some rules that I know you got to go over on how this thing is going to work out, but I am super excited to do this.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Please go ahead and follow Matt. He is at That's FNW. Again, That's Freakin Wrestling, and FW at the end. Brad is at Winduster. I, of course, am at Tyler J. McDowell. And let's get into the rules, guys. So, Brad, as you alluded to, there are going to be 10 rounds. You can select any wrestler currently signed to a company, whether that wrestler is active or inactive. A company here in the U.S., a company abroad. All is fair game, as well as indie wrestlers. However, you may select no more than 3 teams, right? No more than 3. That includes tag teams, trios, etc. I think the draft is going to get really interesting when we dip our feet into the tag and trios waters. And finally, your tag team must be a current tag team. So before we were recording, we were talking about Swerve and Our Glory. As much as we love those two dudes, that doesn't count here because we know they split and they're definitely going to fight at Revolution in a few months. And final, most important rule, if you draft Tyrus, you are automatically disqualified. Order. Matt is going to be first. Brad is going to be second. I am going to be third. Of course, I am in kind of an advantageous place, I think, because that last person, so it'll either be, it'll be me to start, right? And then Matt after, I believe, right? And then you'll be starting. I'll be last, then I'll be starting.
You'll be last and then going right back.
Round. Yeah, I'm new to the fantasy draft world, if you couldn't tell already. But the three of us love pro wrestling, and I think it's about time to do the thing. Matt, you got first pick, first round, first pick. Who are you selecting? You're starting your own wrestling company, and you have the lay of the land.
I have the lay of the land. I have my pick of the litter of the entire wrestling industry. So once again, shout out to you guys for giving me the lay of the land, the pick of the litter. I got to go low hanging fruit. You guys know who I have to pick as my number one draft pick. You said we were able to do tag teams. You said we were able to do trios. I got to take these three guys off the board. And that, of course, is the bloodline. Roman Reigns with the Usos. I got to take that as my number one pick.
Brad, instant reaction. I'm not mad at that.
It was a great pick. I was holding my breath because I too am taking a trios off the board. I want Kenny, but if it comes with the Bucks, I'm taking the Elite.
Wow. Okay, some heavy hitters.
Yep.
You know, we are so aligned here because I am taking a trio as well.
Wow.
This may surprise some people. You guys aren't ready for this. This may surprise some of our listeners and viewers, but I feel so good about my selection. Fellas, third pick, my first round, I am selecting Jade Cargill and the Baddies.
Wow.
That's right.
Who are the baddies?
Wow.
The baddies are Red Velvet and Layla Gray.
I don't think Red Velvet anymore. That match is set up.
No. She's not out yet.
Okay.
Brad, she's not out yet.
Okay. I see how it is.
I'm already heartbroken that I couldn't get Kiera Hogan. So we love Layla Gray. I just don't know her as well as I know the girl on fire. Matt, you got to have my back here. I get Red Velvet in this. She's not out yet.
Hey, you can have it just because the way you were going.
It's a great pick.
It's an incredible pick. And of course, I had Jade in one of my top spots. I can't give away exactly where, but I got to do a little bit of reshuffling already.
Yep.
Sure. We'd love to see it. I said I was in an advantageous spot. That starts now. We already in the second round, guys. I get the first pick. I have a few different options here. This is a tricky one. I'm going to be bold. We have to make the dream match happen. I am selecting our Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, the EST. Let's go.
Oh, man. Well, that hurt. That really hurt. I feel like this is one of those things where it's everybody's going after quarterbacks too early in the draft instead of going after the running backs. And now I feel compelled to go after the quarterbacks because all the good QBs are taken off the board. Jade's gone, Bianca's gone. That really killed my list on the women's side of things here. So I'm going to go back to the men's side of things, and I'm going to take another trios to load myself up. I am going smart. House of Black.
Very smart.
That's a good look.
Yep.
I'm not mad at that, Brad.
So we all have trios. Brad has 2 trios. Tyler's taking all females. So Tyler may be trying to make an all-female promotion, and he hasn't told us this.
I love this.
So, with my second pick, there's no way I cannot go with the salt of the earth.
Oh, that's
MJF.
A great pick. You're
pick.
going to have him for the next 10 years. Face of wrestling.
Roman and MJF.
I almost went MJF instead of the EST. I did.
That's really close, right? So I took Roman.
Close.
Who knows how much longer we have with him? I know, hey, I can build around him. MJF, we should have at minimum a decade. So that kind of covers me now. But now I'm worried about my next 2 picks being completely wiped off the board with your guys' picks.
Yeah,
Man.
Absolutely.
Well, you get next.
Yeah, Matt, that's all you.
You go back to back.
I go back to
Yes,
back.
you don't have to worry about
that. That is right.
Right. We're doing a little snake situation.
If that's the case, I am going to take. How can I not? If Bianca's taken, if Jade's taken,
I know what this brother's doing.
How can I not take Mercedes? Give me Mercedes as my number 3 pick.
Wow. It's a heavy hitter, Brad.
There goes my number 3 pick.
Heavy hitter.
Damn it.
That doesn't feel bad at all. He can't. He
not
came
at all.
for our next,
Yeah.
Brad. Special guest coming for our next.
Well, that I can't go trios again. I've already gone trios twice. But what trio isn't complete without a third? I'm going New Day for this pick. I want Big E and bring me everybody else.
Wow. That's spicy. I like it. A healthy Big E.
We have a trios stable happening here at some point. This is going to be all trios all the time. In this,
I was going to say, Brad's going for quantity and quality.
I just want 75 people by the time I'm done with my 10 rounds. This is really what I want. Yeah.
This is I'm just having so much fun here. I hope our audience is too. I think I'm up, guys. Am I not?
Yeah.
You are.
Twice.
Okay. I gotta, and this is the key, right? We can only take a maximum of 3 tags or trios.
Yeah, I'm maxed out now.
I think these dudes are worth it, though. My favorite trio in all Elite Wrestling. I'm going with the Death Triangle.
I frankly thought it was coming at the end of the first round.
Sure did.
I love those dudes, all of them. We're gonna sell. Do you guys know how many masks, how many Penta masks we're gonna sell? Unlike Shop AEW, those things are going up on day 1. Phoenix, favorite wrestler in the world. Also, Pac is a 5-star machine.
I didn't think about that.
It's light work.
The merch stands are gonna have to invest in some antlers for the House of Black.
That's right.
It's gonna have to get down to the farm.
Come on now. Yep. I think I got the next pick as well, guys.
You do.
This is a tough one. Lots of talent. If I don't take this person, because you guys know your wrestling, and I think our tastes tend to be quite similar. I know one of you guys is going to take this dude. Matt, you took MJF. You want to build for the future of your company?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to follow that mindset. I am taking El Diablo Guapo.
Oh,
the son of one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Does this mean by proxy we get his father on commentary? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I am choosing Hook.
Wow. That's tough. That's really tough because there's a lot of really, really good young, talented wrestlers out there. Young. Some of them are really talented, and some of them are absolute. I'm going Ricky Starks.
Good one.
That was a great setup. I knew that was coming. He's cagey.
Pretty Ricky. Needed to say it.
That's a great pick. Yeah. He's future world champ.
Yeah.
All right. I get to go back to back again. So here's a little bit of strategy. I'm looking at the board. You guys are stocked with quantity and quality. I have yet to take, besides the Bloodline, a trio or a tag team.
True.
This is not the spot to take that. I have to continue to pump my way of filling arenas and stadiums. And with that being said, with my 4th pick, it's got to be Seth freaking Rollins.
Great pick.
Wow.
Great pick.
Arguably one of the best in the world, if not the. I love that pick. You're getting the architect.
And I think, seeing I get to go back to back.
You do. Round 5. Already.
Round 5. Do I want to go heavyweight? Do I still want to go light heavyweight? Do I want to go cruiserweight? Let's go ahead, and this is probably going to be the first, maybe a little bit of outside the box thinking, but I am worried if I don't take this person right now, they would not be there in another 4 picks. And that is the person who is co-headlining Wrestle Kingdom this week. And that is Will Ospreay.
Damn it. Oh, he was my pick.
Brad just... So before we recorded, Brad showed Matt, he flexed on us. He showed Matt his new Will Ospreay jacket.
Sure
did.
And
then Matt comes back 20 minutes later and picks the guy.
Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, Brad just showed us the jacket. That's
the Billy Goat was coming up, man.
Goat.
That was mine. That
that's
promo
a heel
he
turn.
cut on Kenny at that press conference. Man, I needed to go take a break after that, smoke a cigarette. It was some dragon fire coming out of that dude. Which really, really hurts me that he's gone now. But man, I don't know who to pick now. That really threw me off. See, there's active and there's inactive, and if we're building a company, I kind of want to go younger. At the same time, you got to have those cagey vet draws that have a name and have name values. So I'm really struggling. I'm looking at this list right now, going, there's a lot of really good talent that's still available there. That being said, I gotta take my girl. I gotta take Jamie Hayter.
I was just about to choose our AEW Women's Champion. I was already thinking about my lead-in, the Bianca versus Jade versus Jamie triple threat.
Good Lord.
Sell all the tickets. Brad, that's a great choice, man. Okay, this is interesting.
It's starting to get difficult now.
Yeah, because I'm not doing this just as a gimmick. I was really going to choose her. All right. Kind of mad at you.
The deep breath.
I'm kind of in my feelings about this. I have my list here on my phone of talents I really enjoy. Okay.
You got Bianca, man. Like
I know, man.
I was gonna say you do have Bianca.
You know what we do over here.
And I mean, hey, I'm not trying to throw any type of more coals in the fire, but Tyler, I do just want to say, in drafts, you are allowed to offer a trade.
Ooh,
if you really want her that bad.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, I'm just here. You know, I'm sitting back. I'm just watching. You think you need to do a trade, man? Go after it.
Okay, I appreciate you. All right. Yeah, I got to do it. So, guys, you know I am all about the youth, right? I taught for 6 years. I believe in supporting the youth of building our future. I see that we have some great women on the roster. Men's side, we got Death Triangle, we got Hook, but we got to make sure the future is intact. And I know you two are fans of these guys. So with my first pick here to close, what is this? We're round 5. I'll make my pick and then we'll recap where we're at and then we'll get into round 6.
I know exactly where you're going.
We do it like that.
Yeah.
For my pick, I am selecting our NXT men's champion, Braun Breaker. I said it, Brad. I feel great about
not
this.
At all where I thought you were going.
Braun Breaker versus Hook. I think that's a money match. So let's recap where we're at. We are somehow 5 rounds in already. Let's run through it. My roster. We have the baddies: Jade Cargill, Red Velvet, Layla Gray, Bianca Belair, Death Triangle, Lucha Brothers and Pac, Hook, and now Braun Breaker. Brad's got the Elite, Kenny and the Bucks, House of Black, the New Day, that's fire, Absolute Ricky Starks, and our AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter. And then finally, Matt has, with the first pick, the Bloodline, MJF, Mercedes, soon to be Monet, possibly, Seth Rollins, and Will Ospreay. Guys, we're halfway home already. Round 6, I believe I have the first pick. This man never misses. I am going with Carmelo Hayes.
That's what I thought you were going to take. Yeah.
No, I wanted to give you guys just maybe just a glimmer of hope. Like, what is this guy doing? Is he just going to go off the rails? He's a novice at this. No. We're going Braun, and now we're going Carmelo Hayes. That's a built-in feud right there. I'm getting 10 years worth of main event matches with these guys.
Man, that makes it difficult. I'm not really sure who to go with here. It needs to be somebody big. I got all these people in here, and I think I'm going to have to go into the women's side.
You got lots of great options.
Plenty of big talents.
Plenty.
Some of them
all companies.
I think I'm going to go big time. I'm going big time back. Becky Lynch.
Ooh,
the man on the roster.
Draw.
Yep. Young enough to know that she's still going to be able to go for a while. Yeah.
And that Jamie Hayter Becky Lynch match.
That could be fun. It could be fun.
Very nice.
Matt, you're up.
That's one of those. You're sitting in the war room. They come the card and they say, with the 6th pick, Brad selects Becky Lynch. And then the other war room says, let's go. And they run up and give that card because they cannot believe this person is still on the board in round 6. I got to go with a woman. I only have Mercedes. And why not pick arguably her best rival in the history of NXT for them and main roster WWE? And of course, that is Charlotte Flair. Got to go Charlotte.
Yeah,
Big
return, huge talent, huge name. I'm not mad at that, Matt. That's a quality selection. Charlotte being available this late is a steal.
Let me just steal the draft so far. So we take Charlotte off the board, and I get to go back to back. Am I not okay? So
you do. This is what, round 7 already?
Round 7. We got 4 left.
True. Good call.
Now I got to start playing just a little bit of strategy and maybe looking at your guys' list and say, who can I take off the territory?
Okay.
So with my 7th pick, I have some youth for sure. You know what? Let's go with man. I hate to do it because give me. I'm just looking at who's left, and I just know I'm going to possibly regret, but this person can give me a few more main events for sure. I'm going to go a legacy act. They are still under contract, but I know I can pack stadiums for probably at least another 3 years with this person.
He's going Bill Goldberg. Is he still under contract? I think 5 reported these. Okay.
I have the same man on my list, and I have
that Roman Goldberg match. It never happened, Matt.
It did not, and it's just like Tyrus. If we put Goldberg on this list, okay, I gotta go.
Disqualification.
It was fun. I'll see you guys never. I am going to go with Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect himself, John Cena, in round 7.
I did not see that coming. Great value.
You didn't see it coming. I see what you did there.
Brad, John Cena just returned on SmackDown. Huge pop. Mr. Hollywood. What do you think of Matt's selection there?
I think it's a great pick. I thought living in Chicago, you were going a different direction.
That person is still there. I'm real finicky on taking them though. I'm trying to build I'm trying to build a great locker room and have the culture the way I need it. I can't have him cutting shoe promos on me.
Yeah, you need that loyalty and that respect. Those are the two key ingredients for that locker room. Yeah. You can get Mindy's on your own. You don't need somebody else to bring it to the locker room. This next pick, I'm thinking I might go kind of petty here, just to screw up Tyler's next picks. And I think I'm going to do it. I'm taking Ricochet.
Oh, no. That was going to be my next pick. It's my favorite wrestler. Okay, Brad,
I need somebody else right now.
No, that was a strategic play. Was like, that's going to mess with my emotions.
Number one, yes, I knew it was going to mess with your options. Number two, I was looking at my roster and I'm like, I don't have that high flyer on there. There's a bunch of people that go off the ropes and stuff, but nobody does what Ricochet does. I would love to see Ricochet with the Bucks. I would love to see Ricochet with Buddy Matthews. Ricochet and Kenny could be a lot of fun. Ricky and Ricky.
All of them.
All day. Hell, Ricky and Jamie Hayter. I'd love to see that too.
Yeah. Man, yeah. I'm so upset at you for picking Ricochet. That was, like this is the perfect spot for him as well. Great value still. Okay. Round 7. Last pick. All right. So far I got the baddies. I got Bianca. Great start for our women there. Death Triangle, Hook, Braun Breaker, and Mello. I got to show love to our women's division. And before I shared that, let me look back here. I was upset because Brad got Jamie Hayter. And this is a woman that I think works really similar to Jamie Hayter. Like I kind of see them as being like on the same level, like great talents, work snug. And I know Brad is a fan of her. In fact, Brad got her action figure about a month ago. So I think this might spite him in just the perfect way.
Right up there somewhere. Yeah.
My last pick, round 7. currently injured, but was on a hot streak and was going to be the woman to defeat Jade Cargill, in my opinion, for the TBS title. I'm going with the galaxy's greatest alien. She is more than a woman. Chris Statlander is my pick.
It's a great pick.
Sure is. And she
We
absolutely
forget-
was going to beat Jade for that title.
Hot,
if she
right?
didn't get injured.
Molten hot. We
Yeah.
forget about her.
Yeah, that was going to happen. Mhm.
Yep.
I appreciate this affirmation from y'all. We are in round 8, and this means that I have the first pick. Lots of great options on the board still. This is tough, guys. I keep looking at Ricochet in my notes, all caps. He's not.
I just deleted
he's
Will Ospreay.
he's all caps.
I just deleted Will Ospreay.
He's
from
all
the-
caps here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know my love for Ricochet. I mentioned that I'm a big fan of Rey Fenix. We know my love for Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill is Jade Cargill. But this dude is someone who I admire greatly. In my promotion, we want to serve our fans. Again, we want to make the kids happy, but we also want to make the fans happy as well. And I think this next selection checks all of these boxes, right? Fills all
Braun
these
Strowman?
demographics. We are not going Braun Strowman. I do not, based on the current dynamics of the locker room, the size, the dare I say diversity. I don't know. I don't know if Braun's quite there yet. However, I am picking. This is just a group of champions here. Our All-Atlantic champion, freshly squeezed,
Good pick.
Orange Cassidy.
Great pick.
Yep.
Well, I'm going back to the women's division because I need more women on my roster. I currently have Jamie Hayter. I currently have Becky Lynch. What I don't have is Toni Storm until just now.
Nice.
I'm taking Toni Storm.
Okay, the hip attack city.
Yes.
Okay. That's a great choice. Talk about
That is a
someone who had
really
hell of
good
a year.
choice.
Yep.
And you started talking about you had to get another woman on your roster. And I was a little worried you're going with my next pick. But it looks like you don't need any doctors on your roster. Unfortunately, I do. Give me the DMD. Britt Baker, come on home, baby. We got you. We got you right there. So give me Britt, and I'm going to double back. I'm not even going to look at any other guys because I want to solidify my women's division for 10 years. I'm coming right back. Give me Rhea Ripley.
Oh, great value.
Can't believe Rhea fell that far. I was going to
Superstar.
pick Rhea, and I'm like, I'll wait
Superstar
till the next
talent.
round.
Just waiting there.
I was just thinking, like, nobody's picking Rhea yet. And this makes me go, do I pick Raquel? Because Raquel's sitting there still.
Mm-hmm. She's there.
I think I have to go a totally different direction on this one. Probably something I could have waited until round 10 because I doubt people were going this way. I doubt you guys are going to go this way. But I'm going across the sea. I'm going to Stardom. I'm picking Julia. Put Julia on my roster today.
Of course. Wow. I knew she was going to end up on your roster somehow, Brad, and I don't blame you. Guys, is this possible? We're at the end of round 9 with my selection. Like,
this is crazy.
We're 30 minutes in, and we're gonna have to reflect on our rosters here at the end. Okay, round 9. My final 2 picks. Baddies, Bianca, Chris Stat, Death Triangle Hook, Braun Breaker, Carmelo, OC. This is a tough one. Great value left on the board. Man. I have a few different ways I could take this. Matt, you chose Rhea Ripley.
I did.
Great value. Great talent working here in the U.S. Brad, you got Julia. I know you're a big fan. I'm going to choose someone who had the greatest TNT title reign to date. Please give me the Redeemer, formerly God's favorite champion. I'm rolling with Miro.
It's right. It's a great pick.
Round 9, you cannot beat that. I had him on my list.
I know you
I will
did.
Go ahead and take him off of my list. Right?
please do. Man, okay. I feel really good about that pick. Round 10. First pick of the round, my final pick. A few different people. I just got a like on Twitter from Eshawn. What's up, Eshawn?
Shout out to
It's
Eshawn.
It's not gonna distract me though. Yeah, I got to do this. I got to do it. So let me check, make sure I'm following the rules. I've selected the baddies and death triangle. So that fulfills 2 of my 3 potential tag or trios options. And you guys are really sleeping on this duo that I'm about to pick. We have a most improved wrestler of the year, I think 2 years running back to back. And then we have someone who I believe should be catapulted to main event single status. At my company, in my promotion, we value love. We value keeping couples together. We love black love. Please get your cups out, fellas. I am selecting the Street Profits.
That was my round 10 pick. And it was going to be a sleeper because of everything you just said.
It's a sleeper. It checks everything I need for my last pick. Street Profits, round 10. That's it for me.
This is tough. This is a really tough one because I have a lot of wrestlers. I was trying to decide whether or not the bloodline fit the rules when we were looking at it, because I was like, well, tag and trios, so no more than 3, because that's 4, 5 if you count Sammy. That's a lot of human beings. Because if I go Bullet Club, do I get the entire Bullet Club? The current Bullet Club? That's like 45 people. That's half a company right there.
Well, hey, if you want to take the Bullet Club, pick your 3.
I can't. I picked my 3 already. So
that's right.
I have my trio of trios. So I have 9 people in my first 3 rounds, and I feel pretty good about it because there's a bunch of world champions that are in there. Jamie Hayter, Becky Lynch, Tony Storm, Julia. That's a pretty decent women's division. There's only 4 women in the division currently. I have a ton of dudes. So this is tough for me because I know who I want that's left on my roster for my men's roster. And that is not going to be my pick. Even though I can't take the rest of them today, I can take their ringleader. I'm taking Bailey, who made it to round 10. And I can't believe
wow.
The role model. It's a great choice. We love Bailey here on GI.
The ring general was going to be my pick, but
that's yeah. Just hanging out there.
So I have only one tag team, which is the Bloodline. So I say, hey, should I get a tag team? That was why the Street Profits was my round 10. And it was taken from me when I had it in my grasp.
Hey, all of us have felt that pain, Matt. All of us have.
So now I got to pivot. And this may be a reach. You know, sometimes when you see that team, you say, man, the person they wanted was drafted before them. And then they draft one guy and you're just like, where the hell did this person come from? Why did you draft them? I don't think it's that bad. But I look at my roster. I have Roman. I have Seth. How can I not take the other member of the Shield and go Moxley?
Round 10.
Round 10 selection. John Moxley, the heart and soul of AEW. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good
Gotta
one.
go Mox.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on my list. Yeah.
I love that. Well, guys, we have plenty of time remaining. I say we jump into our bonus rounds here. And then again, we'll reflect on how our promotion looks. So bonus 2 rounds, we are selecting an announced team. This is only going to be 2 rounds, right? So we're going to start Matt, roll over to Brad, and then I will pick last. And then we'll just snake it back for that second and final round. Lots of great announcers everywhere these days, probably now more than ever in terms of exposure. So Matt, you got a great crew, great, phenomenal in-ring talent. Who are you selecting as your first pick for your announced team here?
Real quick, Tyler, we're talking active, just like everybody else.
We're
right?
talking active. Okay. Thank you. Great call. Yep, same rules. Tyrus also instant disqualification if you pick.
Now, are we talking
anyone on Fox News? Really?
Are we talking active professional wrestling announcer?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. Brad, yes. I like the conviction. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry.
Yes, because there's too many options that way, even though I think it could be.
You just blew my team up. You just blew my announcement.
We'd love to see it.
That one.
Home court.
All right. So if we are talking active wrestling announcers,
Commentators, right? Not ring announcers.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Not
I mean, if you
Howard
want to
Finkel.
if you want them to make that transition, I guess that's an option for you. But
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Let me start with a little bit of sizzle. He should be back very soon. College football is done. Let's bring McAfee back. Pat McAfee.
Great pick.
wow,
Great pick. That's who I was thinking too.
I did not know you were a McAfee
On the
guy.
headset.
Okay,
1000%.
big following, instant audience.
There you go.
Okay. I like your thinking.
I am not going to go super pro here. I am not going to go super polished. Shivani is out there. JR is still kicking around. You got Michael Cole, who's been there since the mid 90s. Lawler, I guess, is still kind of active. He still does the pre-show, so I imagine that he could also do commentary. I'd keep him away. He and Tyrus can watch from home. I think what I have to do here is go a little outside the box, in the dark, if you will, and I am going Daddy Magic.
Wow. Okay. That I did not think you were going there.
By far, my favorite guy on the headset, does not break character. Absolutely in it for if he wants to go in there for a run-in, he can.
Wow.
He can bump around if he needs to, but he can also be an absolute delight on commentary. Imagine there's a middle of a match, it's going really well, and you just hear in that voice, it's like, you want to know what makes my nipples hard? Yes, it's money. It's just money.
I think you made points. Matt, what do you make of that selection? That's bold.
I think it's fantastic because you talk about somebody who was a jack of all trades. It's Daddy Magic. Now, should Daddy Magic be the lead announcer? Should he be A and not B?
He should be B.
You know,
he should be providing color. Yeah. He should be providing color. Yeah.
Could you imagine if he has to do all the heavy
Oh,
lifting? Actually,
no.
but I would tune into that every single week. Guaranteed.
I love it. All right, guys, it's my selection. This is light work for me. Again, we believe in relationships. We believe in family. I got to go Taz here.
Of course you do. Of
Got
course
to.
you do.
Got to.
Yeah.
And we are starting the second round. And again, it's the snake style rule. So I have the selection. First, let me say, if we are going into our other talent here, I am drafting Samantha Irvin. One, because she's Samantha Irvin, and two, again, just to spite Brad. And part of me wants to transition her into just being part of the commentary team here, but I'll stick to our very specific rules. But shout out Samantha Irvin.
Isn't she incredible, though? Just really quick.
Yes, she is.
We were just talking last week. I hope they can keep her as long as humanly possible.
Yes.
She is by far, in my opinion, the best ring announcer that wrestling has had in a very long time, to the point where, to me, everyone else sounds like a ripoff of her. No matter male or female, it sounds like they're trying to do what she does. She is off the charts.
Brad, I send you about at least 1 to 2 Samantha Irvin tweets every week.
Yes.
The love is real.
Yeah.
So again, I'm going to make sure we sign her. 1, I adore her. 2, spite Brad. But we're going to tap into some nostalgia here. I got Taz to start, and we're going to get his partner,
of course,
from SmackDown fame. I'm going Michael Cole.
Good. I'm really happy about that. I'm glad. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee have incredible chemistry with each other. Michael Cole, the quasi-serious person, Pat McAfee, the none of that. It's my favorite duo in the last probably 10, 15 years at least. Since peak JR and Jerry Lawler, growing up with those two. I love that stuff. But I don't have that. I have Daddy Magic. Now, part of me, like what you just said, this is a difficult one because Renee Paquette's sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Renee Paquette, though, isn't doing commentary. She's doing backstage interviews. She did do commentary. So I don't know if that follows the rules because she's not actively doing commentary because Renee Paquette never has. Renee Young did. So I don't know. I don't think that works. Daddy Magic's actively doing it. So I felt good about that pick. So even though I want to take Renee, I don't think it follows the rules. Tyler, you could be the arbiter for the rules there.
Gladly.
but I got to go with the man in the mask. I got to go Excalibur.
Wow. Daddy Magic and Excalibur. That sounds like a blast every week. I love it.
Really wanted Renee though. Really, really did. I just don't
we
feel
all,
like it.
you know, that's the key about these drafts I'm learning is that we have to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
I love it. Matt, you're closing us out here.
If we were, I would have allowed it, just so you know. I would have allowed you to do that. But I know we have to stick to the rules because if we were looking at, that's why I asked that question at the beginning. Are we talking wrestling announcers? Because my team would have been Pat McAfee and Mauro Ranallo. That would have been my team.
That would have been great.
I thought about Mauro. He was in my notes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys have basically taken the best play-by-play people that's left. So I'm going to have to go outside the box on this one a little bit. Because I'm not taking Jim Ross. I love you, Jim, but
yeah,
it's time to only stick to 1 hour shows. I am going to have to force someone to learn on the fly on how to do play-by-play. And that is Corey Graves.
Wow.
It's a good pick.
Underrated. Brad, you and I have talked about him on air. Underrated.
Totally underrated. The guy is so good at his job that he comes off sometimes as too polished, which is what I think people don't like. But it's because he's so good at his job.
Yeah.
It all sounds scripted and rehearsed. It's just Corey Graves being really damn good at his job. And I think that he gets buried by people going, "Oh, I don't like him. He's annoying." But now on Raw, it's like Corey Graves really stands out because his counterpart isn't nearly Corey Graves. So it's one of those things where I'm kind of glad for Corey that he's getting that love. But Corey Graves is a great pick. He and McAfee going back and forth. They did that a little bit, I think, on some of the pay-per-views the PLEs, where Graves was really taking shots at McAfee for being unprofessional and those kinds of things. Great commentary crew, great tandem there. Great back and forth between those two guys, I think.
Yeah, really fantastic. Well, guys, we got a full roster here. I think Matt brought up a really salient point. I think before we reflect and sort of present our official promotions, it's a draft. So there should be at least the opportunity for some potential trades. I'm speaking, so I'm just going to roll into it. Brad, you know I love you like a brother. Dear coworker, even dearer friend. Who do you want for Ricochet, man?
Now, Brad, while you're thinking, I got to put this out here. Typically, the owners of the teams don't just outright say who you want.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you got to present it.
I know. I'm just saying Tyler wants Ricochet so bad.
Yes.
He's basically willing to do anything.
Oh, I know.
Ricochet.
Yeah, usually don't just go
I might say no. I'm not desperate, but I want the guy.
Now, when I say I want Bianca, are we gonna go? Are we gonna go fantasy league rules? Matt, do you have to approve the trade?
You know what? How about this? Both of you guys are upstanding individuals. You guys are gentlemen. Whatever you guys pick, approved.
Wow.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tamper it down. I was going to ask for the baddies.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Baddies or Bianca, I'll take either one for Ricochet.
Wow.
So your first or your second round
pick? Right.
For a seventh round pick.
For a seventh round pick.
I have him. You want him. I didn't ask for it.
This is true.
It's a hell of an economy we have.
Brad, I feel great about my women's division, especially my first two picks. Are you interested in a counter offer from me?
Sure. Let's hear it.
What do you think about Ricochet for Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's a done deal.
I wanted Carmelo.
I know you did. Similar styles.
Yep. And when you picked him, I was like, okay, I'll get probably 10 more years than I would out of Ricochet. So
you're not wrong.
Even though how much I love Ricochet. I think Carmelo on the mic is a lot stronger.
Sure.
And they're very similar in styles.
What
God,
if what if I
Ricochet
told you that?
selling.
What if I told you that we're switching Ricochet back to Prince Puma? So we get Lucha Underground. Dude doesn't even really need to speak. He can just put out bangers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that because he's on my roster now.
Would make total sense. Yeah, yeah,
Let's bring back Prince Puma.
yeah. You have to,
the
right?
yellow and orange tights. That's when I first discovered him. That was beautiful, guys. What do you think about your rosters? Any trade proposals? Should we roll into our presentation of our official promotion here?
I'm pretty happy with mine, Matt. I feel like you have some options there because you could have Sammy working double duty if you wanted to, and have him come out as El Generico now that he's not in the Fed. Or you could keep him in the bloodline. You could do all kinds of things there. I love that I have House of Black. I would probably keep Malachi instead of Alistair, but I would want to feature them more. I love that I have the Elite because it means I have Kenny Omega. It means I have the Young Bucks. It means I have the three of them together if I want them, but I have tag teams within that. Same with the New Day. I get Big E. I get Kofi, two former world champions. I get Ricky Starks. My women's division, it's not very big. That's the only thing I'll say about it. I have Jamie Hayter, Becky Lynch, Toni Storm, Julia, and Bailey. I feel fine about that. That's a great division. On commentary, I have Daddy Magic and Excalibur. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for them to call Carmelo matches.
Yes.
Feel pretty
Carmelo
good about
versus
that.
Kenny.
Carmelo versus
up.
Kenny.
That's big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Present
So
versus future. Come on now.
yeah, I would love that.
That's
I would
great.
love there's a lot of matches on here. Like just I think Big E or actually Kofi versus Kenny could be really interesting, or Brody versus Big E could be fun. Brody King.
Wow.
Two huge dudes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel really good about my promotion. Does it have the best top of the card? I don't know that it has a better top of the card than Matt. I don't know.
And that's what I went
That's
for.
strong.
Yeah, that's
That was what I
That's
went
strong.
for.
That's a
He's
hell
got
of a top
Roman.
of the card.
He's
Yeah.
got Roman.
You got Roman and MJF at the top.
Yes. Oh,
And somehow
that feud. Come on now.
I feel like maybe the light got in my eyes when I picked Ricky when I was thinking Will Ospreay, because that's what I was going to do. He was at the top of my list. He was third down. I got my top guys. I had the Elite.
Yep.
I wanted Bianca then, and then I picked House of Black, and then under that I had another trios or another. I thought about FTR, but I don't know what they're doing in the future, and it feels like they're at the tail end here, even though I know they're going to continue wrestling. So it was a really difficult decision. A lot of fun though. I feel really good about it. Matt, how do you feel?
Oh no, I feel great. It's funny too. Full disclosure, of course, Bloodline was number 1 on my list. Number 2 was the Elite because I knew they wouldn't be there. So my real number 2 was MJF. My number 3 was actually Jade. Then I had Mercedes at 4. So when I noticed you guys went with the Elite, took it off. You took the baddies, took it off. Then you guys went Bianca, and then you went House of Black. At that point, you took any trios that's worthy of anything right off the board. I had to go star power, star power, star power. So now after, I look at my list, I say I feel pretty good. Now it's time for me to get on the plane and scour some independents, try to find some untapped talent to fill out the rest. But in terms of my main event scene, I feel pretty good for the next 3 to 4 years easily.
Yeah, you can call up Matt Cardona easily. I thought about Nick Wayne. I thought about Nick Wayne. I mean, I really did, but it's like, I
18,
mean,
right?
No, I don't even think so. I think he's 17. Yeah. He's signed to the AEW contract.
Yeah,
so
he is. Yeah.
I could pick him, but
yes,
I haven't really seen him do anything outside of those couple of matches. And there's a few like Speedball, Josh Alexander.
Yeah, both of them.
There's several people in Impact that I was thinking about putting. I thought about putting Jordan Grace on there at the end.
Yes.
Deonna Purrazzo. There's just so many people that we could have got 20 on this probably.
Easily.
Yeah, easily.
No, seriously. Yeah. And I had Jordan as my last female. If somehow, some way I didn't get the females that I had, she was the one that I had left. I also had Roxanne Perez on there too.
Yes.
I think she is going to be
yes. I was so close.
Above stars.
Yeah.
So,
I'm with you.
We should even roll into omissions in just a moment. I'm so glad you brought up Roxanne, Matt. So very quickly, I know I put myself over already, but I'll do it once more. With my trade, I now have the baddies, Bianca Belair, Death Triangle, Hook, Braun Breaker, Ricochet, Chris Statlander, Orange Cassidy, Miro, and the Street Profits. And of course, my announced duo or commentary duo is
Great duo.
our Taz and Michael Cole. Thank you. So
Fist
in
bump.
terms of omissions, guys, I'll just lead and then I want to hear your thoughts. Again, I'm deferring to my notes here. Who did we miss? Roxanne Perez. I initially had her as maybe my 8th pick, but she would have been my next pick if we had an 11th round. I agree with what you guys said. She's an absolute star. You'll have her for the next 10 to 15 years. It's a no-brainer. Brad, you selected Bailey, I believe.
Yeah.
Damage Control. I wanted to get Io Sky somewhere in here, but
if I didn't have my trios, I wanted Asuka.
Io,
the one that's been bugging me this entire time that I really wanted to take, but at the end when I realized I needed another woman on the roster, Powerhouse Hobbs didn't get picked.
I have Hobbs on here.
Yes.
Powerhouse.
He's the last name I had on my list.
Yep.
Was Hobbs.
What about Hikaru Shida?
I had Shida on my list.
Just sitting there for us.
Yeah.
The Creed brothers, Top Flight.
Nobody picked Thunder Rosa, Ruby,
Swerving Keith Lee,
Athena.
Legato.
There's so many people. Thinking WWE roster, I think we hit most of the top talent on the WWE roster.
But we did not.
Well, that's why I said most.
Yeah.
We missed a bunch of people.
There is
freaking Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre is sitting there.
God.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody
Oh my
Rhodes.
God. How did we
there.
forget? How did we
How
forget?
did you do this?
Listen, man, it was listen, it's all about Bianca, Ricochet, and Cody. We know that. I got 2 of the 3. I got 2 of them.
That
Yep,
you thought the pack was
Cody
too
was
bad.
just sitting there. I was waiting for you guys to take him.
Roxanne and Cody.
I
were
totally
huge
forgot.
omissions for me.
I think
Huge
it's. I
omissions.
totally forgot.
I forgot.
I cannot believe no one took Adam Cole.
Yeah,
Adam Cole, baby.
I don't
Yep,
even know if he's ever going to wrestle again.
But we hope so.
I sure
right?
hope so.
Inactive.
But I did because he never officially left the Elite. So I feel like I'm still there because the injuries happened around that time, and they just sort of went away because it was going to be Young Bucks, Red Dragon. Adam Cole was doing that back and forth stuff. Got hurt at Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Never officially split from the Elite. So I don't know. We'll see if Adam Cole comes back. I guess I'll know if I have him later on, or if he comes back and just does his solo stuff or does stuff with Britt, because he's still the Owen champ until the next tournament. So yeah. But Adam Cole, I thought about Adam Cole too. I just wasn't sure.
I think the top 3 that I had on my list that did not get picked. Kazuchika Okada.
Yes,
he's sitting there at the top right now, right there at my top of my list.
I'm wearing my Kenta shirt right now, and I thought the same thing.
American bias of us.
Kenta,
don't see him every week. Yeah.
How about this one? You talk about building your promotion around a heavyweight. How did we not pick Wardlow?
Yep.
He's there.
Thank you. He's
there.
One more time for the gimmick. He's in my notes. I was very for me. It was Miro or Wardlow. I feel like I was lacking like a bigger dude.
Yeah.
It was Miro or Wardlow, and probably similar ages. Maybe Miro's a little bit older, but I thought about Wardlow heavy.
Yep. Yeah, I thought. I mean,
Recall.
Oh, there's so many people. Gunther never got picked.
No,
that's ridiculous.
He's there too. I have him right before I have Swerve.
My favorite IC champion in the last, I don't know, several decades.
Main event star.
Yep. Just absolutely amazing. There's just a lot of people that are on that list. You could even say Big Bill is working his way back up there. Great look, still relatively young.
Jungle Boy.
He's not on there. Nobody picked
Jack
Perry.
In terms of a future pick, like this guy has as bright of a future in AEW as anyone on the men's roster.
Top Flight didn't get picked.
Top Flight, no.
Yeah, Dante Martin, man.
Jeez.
How about the guy that's in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, Jay White?
Yeah, I thought about Switchblade.
We didn't take Switchblade either.
Are we good at this? I don't know.
Switchblade
was this successful?
Jay White and Okada both didn't get picked in their main eventing wrestling.
I don't know.
What's wrong with us?
But that just, but that just shows the embarrassment of riches we have right now as wrestling fans with all these promotions, all these incredible talent. We went 30. Well, actually more than 30 wrestlers. We went 40 with you guys taking your trios, over 40, 45 wrestlers, and those talents didn't get picked.
Yeah, I have 16 wrestlers on my roster and then the 2 on the announced team. So with Tyler, he's got, for the baddies, he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 I have he has 15. I have 16. I'm not sure how many you have. The bloodline has 18 to 19 people in it. Did you?
I didn't pick Roxanne. My tabs were all messed up and my fingers slipped on my touchscreen.
I was like, did you just close yourself out?
No. It was a reflecting on no Roxanne Perez in my promotion, mostly the prodigy.
So good, yeah. I mean, it just
embarrassment of riches, right? That's what I heard before I left.
Yeah. Nikita Lyons popped into my head, and that's why I laughed. But there's also a bunch of people out there like Mandy Rose is now a free agent. So
sure.
No idea if she's ever going to need to wrestle again since she made $1 million last week.
And shout to her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go get your money.
There you go.
I mean,
Fansley, whatever. I didn't even know it existed prior to 2 weeks ago. That might be your lane, man.
It's probably not.
Don't leave me hanging.
But hey, if you guys do that, I'm here. Let me in. I'm sure that you put the
Bray
three
Wyatt
of us together.
Did we not?
Oh, we didn't pick Bray Wyatt.
No,
Yeah.
I had
Let
Bray
me
on my
in.
list, and I was just a little worried
Yeah.
because I'm like, well, who is he going to work with? Do I
Yeah.
want the hocus pocus magic? And then I was like, no, I won't take Bray. I'll take Bryan Danielson. And I missed him too. I skipped over
Had him on my list as well, and I was just like, he's only got like 2 years left. He said before he hangs it up for good. So I was like, I'll try to pick young. If we're really going for long term, got to leave some people off. Bray's been doing it for a long time. Danielson's obviously got a ton of mileage. There's CM Punk, older. Who knows if he'll wrestle again? Sounds like he wants to, and he's a huge draw. Just putting him on the card, but locker room, we don't really know any of that stuff. I mean, to that extent, Sting and Jericho are still wrestling. If you really wanted them on the roster, or a Goldberg, as Tyler really wanted to have space.
No,
for.
I don't feel as bad about that one.
Yeah.
I'm good. Just Roxanne. Well, guys, this was an absolute blast. I told y'all that I was looking forward to this all day, and our time together even exceeded my expectations. Truly. Matt, where can we find and support you?
Yes. Once again, appreciate you guys for having me. Definitely warm welcome. This would not be the last time. Of course, we all hook up, so I'm looking forward to our next time. But yes, you can follow us on all the podcast platforms. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on Stitcher. Of course, just type in That's Freakin' Wrestling. And then, as Tyler said earlier, give us a follow on Twitter at That's FNW. We are there.
Well said. Brad, this was great, man. You all know where to find us. Hopefully by now we are at GIPod19. We thank you all so much for joining us for this very special episode, and we hope to see you on the next one. Gimmick Infringement is a part of 19 Media Group. You can listen to us on Good Pods, our premier partners, and Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube via the 19 Media Group channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.